Hey, what's happening, everybody? With Halloween just days away and the recent series I've done on real estate horror stories, I thought I would tell you my own personal story about a haunted house. Okay, so this story actually started way early in my real estate career. I'd been licensed for a while, but I wasn't really selling a lot of homes at the time, and I was working as an administrative assistant to a team up in Gibson County. The leader of the team asked me to help out with an open house at one of her listings. I had absolutely no problem going out there to take a look at it and get everything taken care of. A couple odd things happened to me while I was there, but nothing that really caught my attention until some things transpired years down the road that really made me go back and think about this. We ended up getting that property sold, and there was no problems throughout the transaction, but unfortunately, the family that bought it ended up experiencing lots of problems while they were there, ended up getting a divorce, and put it back on the market just a couple short years later. They hadn't used another agent to purchase the home whenever they bought it, so they used that agent to go ahead and list it whenever they decided to sell. Now, the team leader that I worked for at the time had a buyer who was interested in taking a look at that home. So she went out and showed the property. Everything seemed to be going okay until the buyer started mentioning some things that the selling agent didn't really expect to hear. She had told the agent that she could actually see spirits and that she realized that this house was haunted and she had no interest in making an offer. The agent decided to laugh it off and didn't really think anything of it, just went about her business, came back to the office to tell us all this story. Now, the previous homeowner had actually gotten a real estate license in that time and was working as an agent with our company. When she came into the office that day, the team leader that I worked for decided to tell her the story about all of the things that her buyer had said while looking at this home. At the end, she exclaimed, "Can you believe that she thought the house was haunted?" To which the agent replied, "Yes, that's why we sold it." She went on to describe several things that happened while her and her husband lived in that home. They had built up a wall off the foyer of the home that used to be this wonderful, large, open living room because they wanted to change the position of their television because as they sat in the living room, they could often see shadows or people moving down the hallway. One day while she was bent over drying her hair, her husband came up and tapped her on the shoulder to get her attention. When she stood up to speak to him, unfortunately, no one was there. As I heard her telling these stories, it made me think back to that open house that I had done at that home a couple years previously. While I was there at the time, I was on the phone because it was a Sunday afternoon that not many people were out, unfortunately, looking at homes. I was by myself in the property, staring out into the backyard in the kitchen, just looking at the really nice landscaping they had and the beautiful expanse of backyards they had overlooking the woods. I was on the phone with my girlfriend at the time as I heard someone walking in the home. I said, "Hey, I gotta let you go. Somebody must have come in. I didn't see anybody drive up." I hung up the phone. I said, "Hi, my name's Aaron. I'm here in the kitchen if you have any questions." And I walked out into the living room to try to find whoever it was. I couldn't find anybody in the home. So I walked down the hallway to check out the bedrooms. Unfortunately, there was no one there either. I went back out to the living room and looked out in the driveway, and my car was the only one there. Unfortunately, none of this rang a bell or really bothered me at that time until I heard the story from the person who used to live there telling me how haunted the house actually was. Now, I've been in real estate for 14 years and I've never had any other experience like that, but I can tell you right now to this day that is something that I will never forget. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this short series I did on real estate horror stories. If you've got any tall tales or horror stories of your own about haunted houses, let me know in the comments down below. I'm looking for new content to post next year.